Hello, hello, hello. What is going on? So we are here. Christmas is up in my house. It's Fabi Paulini here, brand strategy coach and online business coach. And today we're talking a little bit more about the foundation of your brand. So if you've been following along this journey, I created a free 7-day email course that kind of walks you through everything that you need to know and everything that you need to have in place in order to build a brand that attracts. And yesterday we talked about the general, structure or framework. We talked about the brand strategy pyramid and how it works. And today we're talking about the brand foundation, which of course is at the bottom of that pyramid. And some of the things that I think are really important for you to understand is that you're building your brand, your business is going to be only as strong as your foundation. So if you really want to make sure that you're building success and you want to make sure that you're, just doing things in a way that are building long-term success, I guess, longevity, and you're thinking about the long term of your business where you're captivating your ideal audience, where you're bringing people in, where you're doing things that really are going to help you just go the long run. You know what I mean? Like really build something that gets impact and gets results and that you can see in your own business. I mean, of course, apart from the results from other people, seeing these results in yourself, right? And for that to happen, you really need to make sure that you have a truly powerful brand foundation. So when we talk about foundation, the way that I see it, it really starts with making sure that you understand exactly who it is that you are. So literally, who are you? What makes you different? Yesterday, I talked a little bit about the fact that we live in a world that is full of so much competition. Really, the only thing that we have to differentiate us from everybody else is ourselves, like literally yourself. And there's nothing more powerful than you, your stories, your experiences, your personality, your style, all these different things that you've lived or all these different things that you've done to really help people connect with who you are and build a message that truly resonates with your audience. Because at the end of the day, your stories are yours, they're unique, they're different. And your audience wants to hear these stories. They want to hear how they can relate to you, how they could see you and say, wow, I'm just like this person. So the more that you get in tune with who you are and what makes you different, the more powerful your message is going to be. And there's nothing more powerful than creating a powerful message for your business, a clear and compelling message that eliminates confusion, that makes it extremely clear to people why you are the option for them. Not somebody else, not the other person in the corner, but why you. So the thing with this is, of course, that you have to understand what it is that makes you unique in the first place, right? So looking at your stories, your skills, your personality, the things that you've lived, the things that you've done. Because at the end of the day, there's always going to be somebody with more experience, with more followers, with more case studies, with more clients, with more certifications, with more of a lot of things. And if you're using that as an excuse to stop getting out there, it means that you'll never get out there. And when you don't get out there, not only are you hurting yourself, obviously, because you're not building your business, but you're also hurting the people that need to hear your way of saying things, because your way of saying things is unique. It's like sometimes we're listening to somebody say something and it's something that we've heard a million times, right? Like this has happened to me a lot of times, especially with personal development and reading like mindset stuff. I could hear somebody say this, like I could hear 10 people talk about the same thing, and then it's the 11th person that says it in a very simple analogy that worked for them in their life or something specific that happened, and I'm like, oh, I get it, right? Like I'm sure that this has happened to you before. And the thing is that that's true because I resonated with something in the way that this person said this message. So by you not getting out there, by you not sharing your message, basically what's going on is that people aren't getting it. They're not getting it. They keep on hearing this thing from somebody else and they're not getting the thing that they're meant to be getting. So not only are you not making a big impact in the world, you're obviously not making a big impact in your own bank account, right? So it really starts with you making sure that you understand who you are. And the second part of that foundation comes from you understanding who your audience is. And at the end of the day, there's nothing more important than your audience, right? Like your audience, they're going to be the ones that buy. They're going to be the ones that make your business exist, because otherwise it becomes just a hobby where you're doing things for free. So the more clear you are on your audience, the more powerful your message is going to be. The more powerful that foundation is going to be, of course, right? So when we look at your audience, there's two things to think about. There's demographics and then there's psychographics. So when we talk about demographics, we're talking about age, sex, income level, where they live, if they're married, just kind of like, like demographic information, basic, almost like a census, right? But then what we really want to understand is the psychographics. And psychographics has to do with their psychology, the psychology behind the person, what's going on, what are their fears, what are their needs, what is their lifestyle like, what are their interests, what are their hobbies, what do they value, what keeps them up at night. So you really want to understand these things as much as you possibly can, because the more that you understand your audience and the more that you understand what you bring to the table, the clearer you're going to be when we move on to the next step of the pyramid, which is building your signature offers, right? Because if you know what your audience needs and you know what you can give your audience, you just need to become that bridge between where you are and where they are, or where they are and where they want to be right now. So really understanding your audience is truly, truly important. And what happens a lot is that people aren't really good at defining their audience. They struggle with it. They barely do the research, or if they do the research, they don't get to the bottom of it. And you really want to get to the bottom of exactly who it is that they are, because it's going to make a massive difference in the way in which you communicate. Once you get into creating a marketing strategy or writing your website copy or all these different things, guess what? All of it is going to come from you being able to create clear and compelling messages that sell, that when your audience reads them, they're like, oh my God, this is totally me. How did she know? So that's kind of what we're looking for with this. We're looking for ways for your audience to turn around and say, hey, this is with me. This is actually, she's speaking to me, or he's talking to me. How does this person know? Because this is exactly the thing that I'm going through right now. So when you understand who you are, what makes you different, when you have that confidence in yourself, and then when you understand what your audience needs, it means that you can create that clear and compelling message and the way in which you can position yourself as an authority in your field, regardless of how many followers you have, or how many certifications you have, or if you have an MBA, or if you don't have an MBA, or all these different things. So that is what it comes down to when we talk about your brand foundation. And the better we are at building that foundation, the better everything else is going to work. Because if you're, going out there and buying all the marketing strategies, and they're the best marketing strategies in the world, if you don't have that foundation to fall back upon, if you don't have something to say, okay, this is who I am, this is what's going on, this is what I'm about, well, you're going to have a really, really tough time in being able to get results from those strategies. And if you've had that happen before, let me know in the comments, but it totally is something that probably has happened, because it happens to most people when they don't have clarity in their messaging. So that's it. This is the starting point of understanding how to build a brand that sells and a brand that attracts. It all comes down to you truly getting clear on your brand foundation and who you are and who your audience is, and creating a clear and compelling message that is able to captivate them and bring them straight into your business. If you haven't signed up for the free email course yet, it's fabipaolini.com/course. You can sign up for the free email course right there. And it's a free 7-day email course, 6 days of written content. And the last day of the email course is actually through a workshop that I'm going to be doing next week that you guys definitely need to sign up for. I'll be emailing you guys about it and messaging you about it starting tomorrow. So you'll see all of that amazing stuff regarding it. And I know you guys will love it. But if you haven't signed up for the free email course yet, make sure that you do so by going to fabipaolini.com/course. It's a totally free course, 7 days of me just sharing a ton of really amazing value. And stay on the lookout. Like, there's so much great stuff coming. I've just spent the last day writing amazing emails for you and incredible content and a lot of value that I know you guys will love. So I'm just truly thrilled and excited about sharing all of it and being able to give you something so powerful to end 2019 and start 2020 with a bang. So I just had my husband, who runs my Facebook ads, if you don't know, sent him an email with the Facebook ad that we're going to be running for this next week, for the email, for the email course, for the free workshop that we're doing live next Wednesday. So I'm like, let's do an ad for this just specifically for my audience, because I want to make sure that people are on that and they watch it, because it's going to be so amazing and so powerful. So make sure that you guys are on the lookout for that. If you see the ad, say hi. This is an ad only for you guys, so it's not open to the rest of the world. So I'm excited about testing that out. Anyways, I can't wait to see you live next Wednesday, and let me know what you guys are thinking about the brand foundation, if you're clear about what makes you different and if you're clear about your audience. I'll see you guys tomorrow.